Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Myra from Low Carb Love. So most of you know I just bought my first home and I am doing a little remodel. I wanted to kind of show you the kitchen because this is where I'm gonna be cooking. This is where you're gonna see a lot of my recipes. So this is where I made a little bit more changes than what I anticipated, just because everything that I do right now, like I've mentioned before, it's all gonna get torn out. Like literally blown out. So I didn't want to put too much money into it. I kind of want to walk you through really quickly and show you what we've done here. I feel like even though it was just like minor things, it's made a huge change, which I really love. I feel like it's just kind of opened it up. It looks a lot more bright. I don't know. For me, it just feels a lot more inviting and warm. And it makes me like want to cook today. So it's still dusty. They literally just finished this today, okay? So you can see, you'll be able to see like on the refrigerator, there's like dust and stuff, but we're gonna have to do like a major cleanup. I'm hoping to be in here by this weekend. I have about 2 days for the contractors to finish up. They're putting up sconces and I wanna do an entire walkthrough on the whole house, just so you could see where we started and where we're ending. For now, this project was a very minor project. If you haven't seen my other videos, I talk about that in my previous videos. We are gonna do a major remodel and we're gonna put like an elevator. There's gonna be just like a lot going on where I don't think I'll even be able to live here when that happens. And of course I'll bring you along and I'll show you the whole process. Let me know if you wanna know how, like in terms of cost and pricing on some of these things. I'm more than happy to share that. I am doing some DIY stuff, so I can share that as well. I'm also doing, like I did a lot of the design, I guess you could say, like my living room and dining room and all that. I use TikTok, I use Pinterest, I use Instagram just to kind of help me out with ideas. Everything that I try doing is budget friendly, okay? Because remember, like I'm not keeping any of this stuff. I'll probably end up trying to give this to my sister. Anything that I'm able to save, I will, try to give it to her so she can use it in her house, because everything is really cute. It's just not something that I'm gonna keep forever. So I didn't want to invest so much money into it, So let's kind of go through the kitchen. I kind of want to start over here just because it's right where we walk in. Obviously that's a dining, which is still crazy. As you can see, like we have so much going on over there. But I will show you that in the, probably tomorrow or the day after. I will film that once everyone's out. They have like a lot of their machinery and stuff like that. But anyway, this used to be glass and I don't know, I just felt like wood would look a little better. I think it kind of like matches the floor. And so I thought that, I don't know, it'd make it look like a little more modern. And so I did that. I also changed the hardware. So I'll show you the hardware over here, but this is just gonna be somewhere where I put, I don't even know what I'm gonna put here yet. Like I don't have the idea, but this is gonna be just more of like a little aesthetic wall. I would love to be able to utilize this. Please, if you have any ideas, let me know, because I'm thinking like, could I do oils here, like vinegar, you know what I mean, but still make it look aesthetic, like if I put it in a glass bottle. But then I'm like, it's on display, so I don't really know. Anyway, so if you have any ideas for this wall, please let me know. We'll call this like the entry wall. If not, it'll be decorative, okay? So this right here, all we did was change out the glass for wood, and then we put in the little hardware. And then you're gonna see that I have like no room in here for groceries, okay? I have no pantry. This right here is literally it. This is where I'm gonna have to work with this and this little guy right here. The only thing I am gonna do here is probably add a shelf so that we have like another tier. But this is where I'm going to, here, I'll open everything up. This and this and this. So this is what I have for food storage, okay? And this is crazy because I feel like, obviously with what I do for a living, food, like, oh my God, it almost gives me like ansiedad just thinking like, where am I gonna put everything? But anyway, I have this. I'm gonna try to probably figure out the shelving to make it more, just to utilize a little bit, the space a little better. If I can get maybe like a professional organizer, then I will do that. If you know someone, if you're a professional organizer, then, send me a DM, because I think that that's going to be the best use, like actually having someone come in and put like the specific shelves and just utilizing the space. That's really going to be the main thing, but we didn't do anything in here. This was already here. So I feel like this is convenient because, you know, we're able to pull it out. I'm not gonna put my appliances here. I think what I'll do here is maybe put baskets, but hopefully I get an organizer and she'll know exactly what to do. But this is basically all I have for storage, okay? And then this fridge. So this fridge was already here. I didn't go buy a new one. I thought about it, but I didn't wanna like cut this open anymore for now. Obviously, once I do the remodel, this is gonna get blown out. I'll probably do a, wow, what is it, like a 60 inch, I forget, or no, like a 40 some inch refrigerator. But anyway, yeah, I don't really have too much in here right now. It's looking a little bare. And yeah, this is that stuff that I think was here from like the open house and stuff. Like we don't have any, I don't have anything in here. The one thing I will say that I do have, and that's already outside, is my freezer. So I do have a huge freezer. I have to have that because I have meats and I have just a lot of, you know, just a lot of food. So that is already outside. And then we have the double oven, which is gonna come in handy for the holidays, right? So we're gonna be cooking and we're gonna be baking and we're gonna be doing a lot. So we have a double oven. I was going to switch this out, but then I realized that this still works. So I was like, why am I gonna go spend a double oven to fit in here was over $4,000. So I was like, this works. And you know what I mean? We're gonna make that work. So I just ended up keeping that. And then, yeah, so then we have that drawer, which I'm happy about. I'm just discovering new little things here and there. And then this is where, you know, obviously just silverware. We'll have like all my Ziploc bags, parchment. We'll have like all of the baking, you know, baking stuff. I'll probably keep utensils and stuff like that outside just to save space. For now, this is where I'm gonna probably have just my, my pans. So pots and pans, I'm gonna keep it to a bare minimum. I just got a really beautiful set of pans. And then over here, we have the shelving. These are so good, by the way. These are from Daily Harvest. This is a protein smoothie. It has 20 grams of protein. It's actually the most convenient thing. I just order the box and they all come frozen in this little cup. Then you just fill it up with either water, coconut water. I did almond milk because I always like mine to be a little bit more creamy. Throw it into the blender. And so it's already frozen, so you don't need to add ice, you don't need to add anything. And then once it's blended, pour it back in, put the lid that it comes with, straw, and you have a smoothie to go. This one is so good. It's actually tropical greens. It is plant-based. It just tastes nice and creamy. And I love these smoothies because they're 100% gluten-free, dairy-free, they're nutrient-dense, and they're made without refined sugar. It has, again, 20 grams of protein, 230 calories for the whole thing. A lot of times when you go to like a smoothie place or anything like that, those smoothies have like 800 calories plus, okay? It's crazy. So I was like, absolutely not. But I'm a smoothie girl. Like I love smoothies in the morning. I love smoothies like for snacks sometimes, like if I'm not really hungry, but if I don't want a big meal, I'm not really hungry, like I usually always go for a smoothie. So this has made my life so much easier. I do have a link where you can get 15% off. I'll even put a little QR code on the screen. So you can either scan the screen or click the link to get the 15% off. But it's super convenient. You literally gets delivered to your door. They come frozen. You throw them into your freezer. And then whenever you're ready, you literally grab, throw in your milk, coconut water, or even just water, blend it, and you have a smoothie on the go. It's great for kiddos. It's great for like busy moms, if you are always on the go, things like that. So anyway, I'll leave it linked in the description for you. Yeah, so these here, I'll tell you what I did here. So these actually had puertitas, like they had little doors. And I even thought like yesterday, like 2 days ago, I thought like, should I put them back on? Like I'm telling you, I'm so indecisive, it's crazy. But I like the openness just so that it feels like more open in here. I don't know if it gives that vibe, but that's what I thought. So I asked them to take the glass off and put wooden shelves. And I also felt like it would tie the floor into the cabinets. I don't know, you know, I'm not a designer, or like, that's definitely not my talent in any which way, but I just felt like it was a good idea. The only thing now is I'm gonna have to add lighting here and lighting here, because when it was glass, this light went obviously through the whole thing, and now at night, it obviously gets stuck here. So this is still dark, So I have to add lighting here, but I don't know, I like it. I feel like I'm gonna be able to reach for plates. I'm gonna be able to reach for like my bowls or whatever I need. So I'm just gonna make sure that they are very aesthetic and they look really pretty so that, you know, they're on display. But that's pretty much what is going on here. I feel like sometimes I do feel like they're a little thick, you know? They could look a little bit thinner, like to be a little bit more feminine, but I'm not gonna worry about that too much. This was a big change. This one right here was a little pricey, even though I didn't go for marble. I ended up going for quartz, but you know, buying huge slabs of quartz is not cheap, but a lot cheaper than marble. Okay, so I did this one first. And then I thought, like, what am I gonna do for the backsplash? I thought, like, maybe I'll do like a little DIY project. You know me, always trying to have these great ideas. I was like, maybe I'll do a little DIY. Last minute, I was like, what if we just like run it up? And so I bit the bullet and just did it. And I don't regret that. Like, I feel like it definitely makes this whole little area look so much better. Actually, this was very challenging because quartz is thick. And we only had so much room up to here. When you don't have a fan up here, then you have to have a downdraft. So there is a thick downdraft back here. And so to put the quartz, to put the downdraft, and then to put this big stovetop, it was obviously running very, very slim on space. But hey, we made it work. I will leave everything linked for you. Okay, I'm actually thinking of creating like a little store where I link everything that I use because I purchased a lot of these things. I grabbed this on Amazon. I'll show you the sink right now. Grab that on Amazon. But anyway, this right here is where I'm thinking I'm gonna have like all my spices. So I'll do spices. I will do like oils. I'll do like just condiments that I use a lot more often. I feel like it's just gonna be very convenient because cooking, you know? That's what I'm thinking. So that'll be that. Here, it'll just be a little bit more space for pots and like storage, you know, just more storage. And then I think down here we have some storage. These are fake, some more storage. So, you know, not too much, but we do have some. This will be what, like a trash can deal. I think I need to do like a little pull out thing. And then down here, we have a little bit of space down there. So it's looking a little, you know, looks a little crazy down there, but I'll probably do a little DIY, put that like, you know how you can put like the little marble thing that looks like faux marble? I'll probably do that. I checked everything. We don't have, luckily my biggest thing was like making sure there wasn't any mold, making sure there wasn't any termites, making sure there wasn't anything like that. And we're clear on that. So I'm happy. Then this sink, I got it at, I got on Amazon. Okay, so I go to Kohler, right? So Kohler's, if you don't know, it's like I don't know if it's appliance, but it definitely has like sinks and toilets and stuff like that. So they were, the Kohler sink that I wanted was like $1,600. And I was like, what? So I go on Amazon and we paid a whole, I think I probably paid like less than $400 for this bad boy. And it came with this. It comes with like this guy for prepping. It came with this little guy to wash our, you know, our veggies. I got this on Amazon. Okay, this is my first time turning it on with you. Let's see, okay, so we have a little, how cute, we turned it on together. It was my first time. No, seriously, that's my first time turning it on. I'm telling you, they literally just finished this today. And then what do we have? Oh, another little thing here. So, anyway, let me know. Like, let me know if you have some ideas for this, okay? Because, like, ahorita no sé. But we have our little dishwasher here. And then here will be all the cups, all the mugs, just mugs, cups, wine glasses. I don't really drink a lot of wine, but my family, when they come over, they like a little Stella Rosa, you know? Don't judge. I know some people are like, that's not real wine. Well, my family thinks it is, so I have that for them. But anyway, so that's pretty much the update here with the cabinetry. I just kind of wanted to walk you through so you can see, you know, like what I did. And I'm really, really happy with the way it turned out. They literally made it happen in 30 days. We've gone over a few days. My nephew is upstairs putting my bed together. So if you hear a little thump here and there, that's him doing that. But last thing I want to show you is what will happen here, okay? What I want to do is, because I feel like, okay, if I'm going to be filming in here, I'm going to need an island. So I thought, oh, I'll put an island, you know, a good size island, and then we'll make it, what do you call it? Not remote, what is it? Like when you can move it, you know, has like little wheels. And then I thought like I would just park it here. But then I came in here and I was like, where am I gonna store everything that I have? Because I have about half of a garage, a 2-car garage up there that is loaded with stuff to come into a kitchen. And I would think like 10% of that would fit in here. So in my head, I'm thinking like, where are we gonna put this? So I was like, okay, a few steps back, no island for now, I'm thinking. And what I thought was like, I'm gonna go to IKEA. I thought about Amazon, but I didn't find anything that I really liked that was high enough. Then I thought Wayfair, but then I was like, okay, I know IKEA has it for sure. So I wanna get something that comes up to here, and I wanna create like an appliance pantry, because I have my stand mixer, I have my toaster, I have my blender, I have my everything. Like, where am I gonna put it, you know? So I am gonna do that. And then hopefully I have enough room for extra storage. It's gonna be a whole DIY project. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get the cabinets from IKEA, and then the little doors. I think they sell everything there. Like you can buy the doors there, you can buy the knobs there, you can buy everything. And then my contractor, I'm gonna ask them for the little hardware that we put throughout the kitchen, just so that it can kind of like tie in together. But that is my plan. My plan is to put a big, like make this either cornered, or we do like an L like that, you know? And ese es el plan. That's the plan. I don't know. This is just me thinking out loud, but all I know is that this space right here is going to be storage. And hopefully I'm able to store a lot of the stuff that I have. I don't think you understand what I mean by like, I have a garage full of stuff. I'm gonna show you. I'm going to show you what I mean. But anyway, that is basically what we've done here. What do you think? What do you think? I mean, I'm so curious. I feel like it wasn't this huge like transformation, but I feel like it made such a big difference. And I feel like it looks so cute. And I'm just so happy because it's mine. And like, I can't wait to like bake and cook in here and like make salsas and make breakfast. And so anyway, I was happy to share this with you. So I told you I would bring you along. I've been trying to be like really good about like documenting things, because what, you know, like with a move, with stuff like this, like it is so hectic and it is so crazy, and you're just like trying to get your life together. You know what I mean? Like, I'm telling you, that's why even with food, I actually think I've lost a few pounds because I haven't even been able to think about food. So I'm always like smoothie. I'm telling you, the ones from Daily Harvest have been like, they've been getting me out of a pinch, because if not, it'll be like 8 p.m. and then I'm just like, oh my God, like I haven't even eaten. So anyway, but this is the kitchen. This is the update. And I think as soon as they're done in a couple of days, I'm gonna do a walkthrough throughout the entire house and show you, and then we're moving in. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments what you think. And yeah, thanks for being here. I'll see you on my next video. Mwah.